Pulled up, made my appearance. You can't sit with us without clearance. That lame shit, never let it near us.
All right. Dym N D, KC.
So Casey.
Did I get that right?
Dym N D, so Casey.
Dym N D, so KC. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that's Pat? That should be trademarked or something.
I know. I need to do that. Don't say that out loud. Don't tell the people that I got. No, I'm playing.
All right. So appreciate you sliding through. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You have a card in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So we start the show with a little joke. So
Okay.
Go ahead and read that card for me.
All right. What is the most groundbreaking invention of all time? You ready for it?
Pickaxe.
Nope. A shovel.
Get that out of here. Get him out of here. Hey, what's up, going? Bonjour, famille. It's Bump Jonas, and I'm here with
Dym N D.
So KC. We're about to have a sit down and Syke, y'all. Let's get started. All right. So as always, I want to say thank you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your just your availability and your flexibility on your schedule. Because, and we'll get into that, you are a mother. Multi-layered mother, but we'll talk about that. I want to ask what I call the most cliche question. Mm-hmm. Who is Dym N D? What do you do, and why?
Well,
And what makes you so KC? No, we'll get to that. We'll get to that though.
all right. Well, who is Dym N D? So Dym N D, I'm an artist, a mom, entrepreneur. I'm a daughter, a sister, a cousin.
Okay.
A member of my community. I've taught dance. I love music. And yeah, I'm multiple things. I don't think you can really box me into one thing. I wear a lot of different hats.
I think that's gonna come out a lot too. We're gonna touch on that a lot. Almost a sorting hat of a joke in there somewhere. There's a Harry Potter joke somewhere, y'all. But because you can't be boxed in, because you have you're multifaceted, right? Mm-hmm. How did you discover your talents? Like, did it happen all at once? Did it happen in phases? How did it come about?
I would say it started when I was young with my grandmother. My grandmother listened to a lot of music, and she would always try to have me sing the songs that she listened to. And then I love to dance as well. And she would just be up watching me for hours. So
Right, okay.
I think that's where a lot of that nurturing for my love for music started. Yeah, my grandma, she was a big Beyonce girly, Usher. Betty Wright.
Grandma
she
liked her
listened-
music.
She loved her music. Music was an everyday part of our life. Like, she would wake us up and get us ready for school with the radio on.
Okay.
Like,
That also sounds like Grandma was your first fan or one of your first fans.
Yeah, I would say even deeper than a fan. She's the first, like, she planted those first seeds in me. And yeah, that nurturing, that just took a lot of place with my grandmother. Yeah.
Okay, all right, I fuck with that. All right, I wanna ask this question, tongue in cheekily, in the sense of you're on your way up, right? So it's not like you're an unknown artist. Mm-hmm. You're working your way to be a more known or a well known, right?
Yes.
What's the word? Well renowned. That's the word. We'll figure this shit out.
Yeah.
But from your perspective, what is underground music, and what does it mean to be underground?
Well, underground is where the underdogs live. Okay, that's
all right. Now, come on.
That's what I feel. But to be underground is to be locally known yet well respected.
Okay.
There were a lot of people that I listened to that were underground growing up, like I believe Messy Marv. What's his name? Well, Too Short, I don't think you would really consider him underground.
He started, but overall, probably not. But
Yeah.
Messy, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but my dad played a lot of those artists when I was growing up. So just listening to their bars, and seeing the respect that the people in the community have for them and their music, even though they weren't like as big as like Chris Brown or somebody like that.
Okay.
They're still well respected. So even that, I see that as a goal to be, you know.
Okay. Well, since we're talking goals, there's an underground level of respect, and then there's mainstream success. Mm-hmm. When it comes to success, what does that look like for you?
Success to me looks like Being able to own my time, honestly.
Ooh, come on now. Come on. All right.
A lot of artists, like myself, we work 9 to 5s to be able to like keep our career alive. So if I can just do what I love and it pays the bills like completely, I think that would be success. Also, hitting those goals. I know when I first started this, I wanted to build community centers on Prospect.
Okay.
So just having that community center, being able to pour into my kids and them being proud of what I do, that would be success
That's
to me.
success.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, that ends up answering the why and the who and the what you do. Because a lot of this story that we're going to talk about, and I say because this is the first time that I've seen you sit down for an interview. I know you've had some others, but this is the first time I've sat down with you. So to me, this is like, oh, I get to hear the Dym N D so KC story. You know what I mean? So this is fun. The one thing that I knew already was that you were a businesswoman, that you are. I mean, you mentioned entrepreneur. I feel like the way you handle yourself and the things that I've seen you present, it's almost CEO-like, you know what I mean? Very, like, executive. You mentioned goals.
Yeah.
So my question, though, with you being a business and a woman, right, which comes first?
Well, I would say they both go hand in hand. There are some like advantages to being a woman in business.
Okay.
And then there are some disadvantages, but I try not to focus on those as much because when you get in that mindset, it'll kind of like hold you back and block your blessings. So yeah, there are some advantages to being a woman in business. So I would say they kind of go hand in hand, you know?
Do you ever find yourself, let's say, struggling with losing your edge or maybe having too much edge, right? You know what I mean? Do you kind of go, like, we'll pick on old school, like, you know, how do you avoid the Murphy Brown effect where you're in the executive pantsuit and just, you know, rah.
Well, I want to say my feminine is something that comes naturally to me. So even when I have issues with my business, I still communicate them respectfully. And then if somebody have an issue with that, then we no longer do business. So
Pretty simple and sweet on that. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk about, even with your dancing, right? But with your music, there's this duality of vibes, right? We have the singing and the rapping, right? That's obvious. But then there's also, I would say 90s versus 2000s, but there's still like, there's that nostalgic vibe of yesteryear, but there's still the modern element, right? So my question is, one, how do you navigate that? And is that intentional?
So that is very refreshing to hear because it is not. I just do me.
Okay.
I just do me. But I think those influences, those early influences, like I said, my grandmother played a big part in it.
Okay.
I don't know if you know, but when I was in preschool, she banned me from watching 106 in Park because
What?
yeah, because I was rapping Trina and I knew like Aaliyah rocked the boat before I knew my ABCs.
Good call,
so
Grandma. Good call.
yeah, she was like, "We gotta cut that."
Yeah.
So it was just something that came like natural. It's something that comes natural because like that early 90s hip hop, that 2000s, it's in me.
Okay.
It's in me. And then,
So you recognize it when people mention it, but it's not intentional. It just happened. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's dope. It's one of the things that, and this is a good time for me to stop and give you your flowers. I always stop and like to give people their accolades, and I think it's important because, well, one, people, like, hey, give their flowers before they're gone, right? That's true. And I agree. But I also think that when people are on their grind to be something and to meet their goal and they're being creative, that it's always good to be like, hey, man, we see you. We see what you're doing. And I think with you, what's dope is, one, well, you're a woman and you're standing strong and you're not, like, backing down from the aspect of I'm a woman. But you're also not doing the current trend of bars, while also hearkening back to the old school, while still, like, empowering women in a sense of what you can accomplish and how you do it. I'm not saying there's not more out there, but I'm just saying that it's always dope to see. So shout out to you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that greatly.
One thing we're going to transition into is motherhood. Again, because you're a businesswoman, but you're also a mother, and you're a full woman. I don't know how to say that without sounding weird, right? But my point is though, there's a different navigation that you have to deal with, right? And if we look back at your grandmother, she was like, all right, look, we're not fucking with 106 in Park, right? So there are times with you being a grown woman that you're writing verses and bars, or you have elements to your routine that may not be for your kids. So how do you shield them from that? How do you have that conversation?
Yeah, so there are some songs that they don't even hear, that they haven't heard.
Yeah, they don't even know that. Okay.
Yes, and then when we're at rehearsals, if there is an explicit song, a lot of times I rap to backing tracks. But if there are explicit songs, I like bleep out the cuss words, or I won't say it. And I've done it so much that I accidentally perform the clean versions all the time, especially at like clubs and stuff when I'm allowed to cuss.
You can cut loose and you're just like still PG.
But it's a muscle memory for me to bleep it out. So yeah, I just try to keep it as clean as possible. Especially now that I have a 16-year-old, it's kind of like, oh, she's watching. She's watching.
I want to. You mentioned that off camera. And obviously, I mean, there's some personal elements to that, right? So as far as you want to go with that, but like, you have a young child that's, outside the toddler age, but not a teenager, right? 5-year-old, right? But now you have a full-on teenager, and you're a foster mom at that, right? So can you talk to us a little bit? One, what's that transition like? As best you can, how did that happen, and how are you all settling?
Oh, so we're settling pretty well. She is a literal angel. Okay. She is an angel, and she's one of the sweetest kids. And I won't go too deep into her situation, but I hate how it came about, but I am glad that she is with me.
Okay.
And like, she is just the best kid ever. She is athletic. She helps me with her brother. She does her chores without me having to ask. That is crazy, Okay. She has healthy friendships, good grades. I could brag about her all day long because, she didn't deserve what she went through, and she's making the best of it, and she's like killing it. She's killing
Sprinkle
it.
some salt for her. So, let's go. All
to
right.
my baby Ajayla, I am very proud of you, and shout out to you.
Ding. I love that. That's awesome. But with that, because you have aggressive bars, you have a very, even though you're not out here calling people this and that, you still have hey man, don't fuck with me, right? So how are you dealing with that duality of the tenderness of being a mom with the aggressiveness of being an artist? Because even as a dancer, right, there's still steps and moves where and we're gonna get into that too, right? Yeah. But there's a lot going on there, right? And there's energies and emotions. How are we navigating all of that and still dealing with kids?
Yeah, so I would say it's so easy for me to be gentle with my kids. Okay. Like, when I look at them, I just melt, because they are so innocent, Okay. Now when it comes to out here on these streets, now I'm playing. No, but my kids are innocent, so it's it's very easy for me to approach them gently. And there are times I do get angry, not with my kids, but with situations in life and stuff like that.
Right.
So I just keep that aggressiveness in the music so I can keep my gentleness,
Okay.
Keep that essence alive. I keep it in the music. If somebody tick me off and I want to fight, that's when I write "Come Outside." You know what I'm saying? If there's somebody I believe in being humble, but if there's somebody ever trying to make me feel low with myself, then I'll put it in the bars. You know what I'm saying? I be in my lane,
So one thing I want to ask about though, this was a new one for me. Now, the mental health of being a woman, being an artist, and being a mother. There's a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
I just want to ask, is that how you end up on probation?
Well, so
see what happened was.
I wouldn't say, I would say in a sense, so I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
hold on. Okay. So then I gotta slow down and say my bad. I was trying to be funny.
No, you're okay.
But that's a real thing.
No,
so.
You're okay.
Okay.
I'm open to talk about it.
Okay.
I talk about it once a week. Who
are you? Never mind.
But I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. So learning how to manage those big feelings, it was easier when I was a kid because you get your butt whooped, right? So so when I became an adult and there was no one to whoop my butt.
Like, how do you keep this in check? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, it was a challenge. But I navigated it, especially dealing with crazy things, baby daddy issues, all
Right.
that stuff like that. It was really just emotional maturity.
How do you? I'm sorry. Yeah, I cut you off.
No, you're good.
When we talk about children, baby daddy issues, but also being an artist, there's a lot to navigate there.
Yeah.
How do you not get triggered?
Lots of bubble baths and wine.
Okay. So Calgon and chill. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I take my time for myself. Like my kids have a set bedtime. Once they're in bed, I really just take that time to wind down, to process any big emotions that I felt throughout the day. I watch people who help me keep my mind right. I know he's not really big with people. Jordan Peterson, Love Dorsey. I watch people who are very big on emotional maturity and just navigating those tough moments in life.
Would you consider yourself a stoic?
I would say, in a sense, I do a lot of educating myself. I read a lot about just how to raise my kids and how to keep my emotions in check. And
Okay.
yeah.
So I want to shift a little bit. You got some upcoming activities.
Yes.
You're doing your thing. I would definitely say you're not an underground artist. You're well known in the city, but you're not on that trying to come up stage. You're actually on that level of you're trying to break the tier and get to the next round of no, I'm representing the city outside of here, right?
Yes.
How soon you getting out of KC?
Well, really, I want to wait till my baby girl graduate. She is doing really good in school. I don't want to uproot her. But yeah, after she graduates, I think I'll really be motivated
to find some
to
others.
move. Yes.
What does that look like for you?
Just really supporting her through school. I know she wants to go to university. So pretty much send her off to university and then start to look for placement, places to live, place to live outside of the city.
And now, would that be attuned to your music or to her in terms of your movement?
I would say both. Somewhere close to her that I feel like I could really do my thing with music as well.
Okay. All right. See, being a businesswoman, stay intentional. I want to talk about some of your upcoming activities. So I want to list this off what I know of now. You have a joint with King Derry and Don Domingo that's already out.
Yeah.
You've had plenty joints previously because your discography is deep. But you've also got Blue Hearts and Friends.
Yes.
And so these are recent releases or upcoming releases that you're about to drop damn near back to back.
Yes.
Why? Is that something that artists do to, drop back-to-back releases?
I'm not sure. I'm just going against the status quo with that one.
Okay.
But I already planned for Blue Hearts. But there's a friend near and dear to mine. She had lost her son, unfortunately, a couple years back, and she's been a huge supporter of my music, and she really loves the song Friends. There's been a couple songs of mine that really help her.
Okay.
So once she said that she wanted this song out, I did what I had to do to get Friends released. Yeah.
Shout out to Friends, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Friends. No relation to the show, right?
I thought it would be a good day to drop it on the show because we would be doing Bad Lovers and Friends, and it's the song is called Friends.
Okay. I was talking about the show Friends, but I like how you deflected. That was good. That was no. Okay, but speaking of shows, we love segues. You do have Bad Lovers and Friends. This is the third one, 2-day setup. You've also got Couch Fest and you're headlining.
Yes.
So you're busy this year.
Yes, I am.
What's going okay, so how do the logistics for that work? How does someone book Dym N D, so KC, for a show? How do you prepare for a show? And then how do you decide, well, I guess the first part of that before you prepare is how do you decide what you're going to do for that show? Because sometimes you have dancers, sometimes you sing, sometimes you rap.
Yeah.
How does it work?
Yeah, so sometimes people will reach out to me to perform. There's been a couple friends of mine who have like passed my name along in bigger rooms that I couldn't even get in. So
Shout out to
them.
y'all.
Shout out to Z and Jamogi. I'm gonna say their name.
Hey,
I appreciate y'all.
those are good people.
Yes.
Okay.
And people will reach out to me and ask me to do shows. Sometimes they'll ask me about my pricing. Or I'll see something in the city that's happening that like one of my partners is throwing on. I'll be like, hey, I want to be a part of that. That's dope.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happened with Bad Lovers and Friends and Couch Fest. I went to Bad Lovers and Friends last year, and it was a really, really nice experience. You know, Kel Ron was there selling his watermelon juice.
Yeah. Shout out to Kels, man.
They had some nice vendors in the building, and it was just like, that night was just like a dream.
Okay.
It was like really dope, you know?
So you're like, nah, I'm going back. I'm gonna be an artist.
Yes.
Are you performing both nights or just the one?
I'm only doing the 22nd. I'm
Okay.
only doing April 22nd. I would have loved to do both nights, but I want to be home with my babies. So,
All right.
yeah.
And now you're also on Couch Fest.
Yes.
That's another annual show, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you out here is this like the mini festival tour?
I hope so. I hope so.
Okay. All right. So we'll see you back. But talk to us about Couch Fest. Like who puts that on? What's that about?
So Turf Smurf, he does Couch Fest. He also has a podcast called Couch Talk.
Okay.
Where he interviews artists and he does music reviews.
Okay.
And yeah, I met him through my cousin, a rapper named JV. And yeah, we just.
So you got rapping in the family? And stuff?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
a lot of my cousins to me. You know, Povey Halo.
Yeah.
He raps with my cousin in JTP. The
Oh,
group.
snap.
Yeah.
I know them. I
Yeah.
know them.
Yeah, these are blood cousins too, not like hey
I love
cousin.
it. Okay, see that little smart like no play cousins and shit.
Yeah,
it's
no,
real.
we got the same grandmas, great grandmas,
Damn.
great grandmas, and
Good,
different
okay.
grandmas. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to ask, when it comes to the shows though, like what is your process for preparation? How do you decide what you're going to perform, and then how do you get ready?
So I'm always rehearsing, even in off season.
Okay.
I feel like that's important because it's important to keep like advancing vocally with the songs that I have, and like spitting more with passion. So you gotta rehearse in the off season, you know. Like you got to. And then once I will book a show or get something on my calendar, I will like really sit down and think about the type of audience that's going to be there. Is this a soulful place where I need something that's more singing, more, laid back? Or is this something where I need to bring the energy, the raw, the bars, you know?
Okay.
And then based off of what I have in the budget at the time, and if my girls are free, then I'll be like, okay, well, let's get a group together. Let's get some dancers and let's start rehearsing. I've created my choreo like so long ago. I need to update it.
You created your own choreo.
Yes.
Okay, so that's something else I want to talk about is with the dancing aspect. You keep it more as part of the routine, right? But there's an energy there, like some stomp the yard type shit, like where did you ever want to be a dancer as opposed to a full-on, like not a full-on artist, but as opposed to a singing and rapping artist?
Yeah, so I actually started off as a dancer.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if you know, well, I'm sure you know Chris Calico.
Yeah.
I was in his music video, Talk Up On It. We shot that at Union Station when I was like 16, 17.
Oh, snap.
So I started off, I got my foot in the door as a dancer,
Okay.
training under EJ Stacks. And that was really dope. We danced every Monday night at the Mary Kelly Center. And I just, after so long of doing that, I did that for a couple years, and I realized that I just wasn't fully satisfied, you know? Like I was still going through a bit of depression, and it's like something is missing. And I had linked up with a couple of my homegirls. One of them was actually my roommate, and the other one was a friend I haven't seen since like 4th grade. Yeah.
They came back with a message like, yo.
Literally. And we went to a studio because my roommate had a connection with this guy named Wu. And we went to the studio and Kuways. Wu is Lil Mo's manager. Kuways, yeah.
Get the names right.
Yeah, right. And so he took us to the studio and we were writing and like being in there, like being back in the studio for so long after like 14, because I recorded my first song when I was like 14.
Right.
And it was like a vibe. It was like really dope. I did it for my school, the map test and stuff like that. And it brought me a lot of joy. So going to like dance and then realizing something was missing and then being back in the studio, it was kind of like, okay, this was what was missing. Like, yeah, we have the dance training down, but now it's time to get back to the bars and making music.
But you haven't ever left the dance in a sense because it's still part of
Yes.
it's part of the show, the Dym N D experience. Okay. So when it comes to, well, I mean, obviously we have Blue Hearts and Friends that are on the way out. But I want to talk a little bit about the process. One of the questions I love asking artists is what comes first, the chicken or the egg? In this case, it's the lyrics or the beat. And for you, it could be the melody. So what starts the song creation process?
For me, it starts with the emotions.
Okay.
It starts with the
Very
emotions. With friends, me and my cousin were at my house. I have like my closet set up as like a little vibey. He put the LED lights up and stuff like that. And we were back there, and we were both dealing with like a bit of a depression and stuff like that. And it made me realize like, yo, I'm really glad to have my cousin here with me in this moment, even though we're both going through something. So I just started writing lyrics about all the different type of friends I have. I have friends who have lots of money, friends who don't have no money, friends who are locked up, friends who are free but feel like they're locked up, you know? So just like jotting about the different types of friends that I have and letting them know that I'm thankful for them all, you know? Yeah.
Okay, so this was actually a joint not about you in a sense of the friends that I need to have. It's more like gratitude for the friends that you do have.
Yes. And then I talk about some of the experience that I've been through in life and how like I'm happy to have them there. Yeah.
So when you're recording a song, and this is another question I like to ask. When the song is done, how do you know, like, one, how do you know that it's done? And two, the cosign question, who's the first person that you play it for? Not the engineer, obviously. You know what I mean? We're like, yo, I got this joint. What do you think? Who do you play it for?
So I will know when a song is done when I feel that zing after I hear it. So it's like you remember Hotel Transylvania?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got grandkids.
Yeah, when I feel that zing, I know that, okay, this is good. The ad-libs are cool. You know, the background vocals, it's filled up the way I want it, you know?
Got you. Okay.
And Five, my engineer that I always work with, he has a really, really good ear. So if he green lights it, then I'm confident with it.
Then you're good to go.
Yes.
Now, who do you play it for first once you're out the studio?
It's usually my mom or my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah, my cousin DJ or my mom. I usually either send it to them or it's honestly whoever's around. If I'm listening to it, because after I leave the studio, I play a song about 50,000 times.
Right, because you're like dialing into, okay.
Yes, because I'm in love with it. I'm in love with the process of creating. So it's that like dopamine rush from hearing it over and over and over again after I leave. Just picturing myself performing it or music videos or, you know, how am I going to create content to
right,
this,
like it just becomes like a whole world, right?
Yeah, like just in my head daydreaming, just in love with.
So
with
do you have a song as you think about your discography? Do you have a song that you're like tired of hearing, or maybe you're tired, like you're like, you know, I've heard it so many times, I'm done with that. I don't want to go back to it.
Oh my gosh! So I just re-recorded this song called "Ride for Me." It was a song I wrote during a breakup, literally during a breakup. Like my ex was putting his things in my car so I can go drop him off, and I was on the couch writing the song.
Oh wow! Okay. So this is some in the moment shit. Okay.
Yeah, literally. Remember those emotions, those high emotions, and you know I don't want to escalate anything or start an argument or big argument or anything. So I'm just gonna write, you know,
and then be done with it. Okay.
Yeah.
So music is very cathartic for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It was actually one of my first forms of therapy, music therapy.
Music therapy?
Yes.
Okay. So would you say, this is kind of a tangent, but since we've already talked about mental health and you mentioned therapy, would you say that, you know, more people should look into therapy or different types of therapy?
I would say I would say,
Or maybe we're over therapized. Like, you know what I mean?
in a sense, I think that mental health has become such a trend that people misuse terms
okay.
and overdiagnose people and themselves, and that can be kind of harmful.
Right. See,
That can
okay.
be kind of harmful. But I would say education is elevation. So starting with educating yourself would be a good start. Not everyone needs therapy, and
Okay.
therapy doesn't work for everybody, you know?
Got you.
But I know for me, what really did it, even with therapy, because it took a bit of a breakthrough. It took for me to really read like The Body Keeps the Score and to like really get to the nitty gritty about what it would take, the step-by-step process to heal. And for me, that was having the good moments outweigh the bad and the traumatic moments. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, who's keeping count here? All right, so actually we are at the point where we're gonna do some sponsored questions. Keep the
Okay.
lights on. Just a couple questions here. This one actually comes from Thrax Pastry, our OG sponsor. Nothing for sale here, just a suggestion where you can spend some time. This question, we're gonna call it favorite food,
Okay.
but we're gonna put a twist on it. So, what is your favorite food that other people, your cousin or your mom, would probably find weird?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I want to say this, but I feel like people are gonna judge me.
Oh,
People
shit.
are gonna judge me. It was a pregnancy craving that actually stayed.
It stuck around.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Hot fries and ice cream. No, hot puffs and ice cream.
Hot puffs. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Can't be good for you. Can't be good for you.
No.
All right. The next one comes from Sherry's Executive Lounge. If you're ever looking for a place to just chill and meditate and get right with your soul, hang out, go down to Genesee Street, right in the historic 39th Street district, and check out Sherry's Executive Lounge.
Yes.
So this one is super simple question. You may not even smoke, right? But a lot of people assume that cigars are for like parties and celebrations, right? So what type of celebration would you pull out a cigar for?
I would say platinum plaque.
Ooh.
Platinum plaque. That would be a cigar
Oh,
moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cigar with that. Okay.
Yes.
Success. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I like that.
Oh, and shout out to Sherry's. I wanted to say when you mentioned them, I actually when I was doing GoPuff, I stopped in there before they were done being built. And
What?
yes,
Oh,
I fell in love with that place. It's
The
really
the
nice.
layout is just luxurious. It's nice. It's
Yes.
chill. It's actually a throwback to like some Great Gatsby, like chill time.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a place to get right with yourself and look fly, go tap in at Sherry's Executive Lounge. All right, just a couple more questions. Ooh, this is a new question.
Okay.
New question. This actually comes. We'll put in a sponsored light section, right?
Okay.
This comes from Modo, local artist. And he had a post, and I'm gonna steal this question from him. What type of shopper are you? Are you a type 3, which is basically completely privileged, never had to look at the price tag? Type 2, mildly privileged, you look at it, but you kind of move on, you get what you want. Or type 1, no privilege at all. You're like you're scanning, you're looking, you're clipping coupons, you're looking for rebates. What type of shopper are you?
I would say I would add an option. A type 4
Okay.
borderline personality disorder shopper. I buy what I like and return it when I realize I spent too much.
Damn. Okay. I think we might all be borderline. Like, the whole demographic of the U.S. is like that's a whole method of shopping.
Yeah, I got like about 4 or 5 Amazon returns over the past couple days. Yeah.
Okay. All right now. So this one here, I'm gonna try and turn. I think I'm gonna try and turn this into sort of a closing question because I do have a standard question that I ask people. And I'm gonna ask you that too, but we're gonna try a different one here. What does Dym N D, so KC, what does she do well? What do you do well?
Something I do well is be myself.
Boom. Okay.
Yeah, I've never really had to pretend to be someone else. My brand is me. Like, it's me. If I feel gritty, I get gritty. If I feel sexy, I get sexy. If I feel gentle, I get gentle. Yeah, I be myself very well.
What happens when you want to punch a motherfucker?
I end up on probation.
Bars. That was a good callback. That was good. That was good. Okay, so really, well, I know when we were talking about Friends, it was about the creation, right, and how Friends came about. So
Yeah.
when you're working on Blue Hearts, how does that not? Tell us a little bit how it came about. But what was it like in the studio when it comes to the recording process of recording Blue Hearts?
So Five, he does a really, really good job at
Five?
that's his name.
Five, shout out to
Yeah,
Five. We
shout
know
out to
him.
Five.
Westport
Really?
Collective Five.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
shout out to Five.
Yeah, that's the homie. He engineers most of my stuff. Like,
He's a beast.
yes, he is.
Yes.
He is. He really does a good job of setting up a really good environment for me to go record at. And like, I can say the studio is a safe space for me to be like emotional.
Okay.
And I was really emotional when I wrote that song, really heartbroken. And I just poured those feelings out into that song and wrote it. And the person who I wrote about, his favorite color is blue, so that's why it's Blue Hearts.
Okay.
But yeah, just that was the end of like an era for me. End of an era.
Oh.
So that song was kind of like goodbye, closing the door on something that needed to be closed.
Okay. So then what happens after Blue Hearts then? Like, what, you close the door, like what's the next chapter?
We turn it into art. We turn that pain into a project.
Okay.
And we grow. And
So how long did it take you to process to get to the point of being able to write about that pain that became Blue Hearts?
it didn't take long. Just me being like really emotional. When I'm emotional, I just go. I just write. It's like it starts off as a journal entry, and then I realize I'm rhyming, and then now we got a song.
Clip that.
Yeah.
This one I do have to ask is my cliche question, my other cliche question. I ask everyone this, and I know I'll get a chance to ask you again. When it's all said and done, when you've achieved your different levels of success, people have got a chance to listen to Blue Hearts and Friends. They get to see you at Couch Fest, right? When all of these different things are said and done, they're walking away from the Dym N D experience. What do you want people to walk away with?
I want them to walk away inspired. I want them to see me and be like, hey, yo, she really killed that. Like, I can do this, you know?
Okay.
I think that I do well with pouring that into people. There are people who have worked with me and they start off on one role and then they're excited to show me their music and listen to their songs. And I'm like, this is what I love. Like, this is what I love. Just helping people like push to that next level by, again, just being myself. And they see it and they absorb it. And I like this quote, like, I'm here to be used, not misused, you know? So when people use me for my light, as long as they're not draining me, I'm okay with it.
Right. And that's okay. So that's a tough one to navigate, right? Because and so let's have a follow-up question as we get out of here. How do you discern that? Because you are a woman, and I focus on that because women in general, not just in the music industry, but women in general, have to navigate so many different layers, right? So, like, how do you discern when someone is using you for your light or for their game?
Well, I never really mind. I never really mind people using me for their gain as long as they're not pulling me down in the process.
Okay.
I'm always down to help people elevate, you know?
Okay. So you don't have to gain. If there's a situation where someone's like, hey, can you come do this? Or you don't have to get something from it necessarily.
No.
Okay.
No. I've helped friends out with projects before for free
Okay.
all of the time. And then friends help me out with projects for free. So it's like we all uplift each other. But I think that discernment comes in. You see it when things happen.
You can feel it when,
Yeah, and I'm a very transparent person. Like, not initially, I would say. The first time it's like, okay, I kind of let it be, probably having a bad day, you know, something like that. But I can tell the difference between a bad day and bad character.
Ooh, okay, that's a bar. word. Come on now.
Yeah, I do really good at telling the difference between that. You can see behavior patterns
Right.
in
It kind of
people.
lets you know. It shows itself. It reveals itself.
In those conversations, expose that too, how people react to those tough conversations.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I got to get us up out of here. It's Bump Jonas with none other than
Dym N D.
So KC.
Yeah.
It's been one hell of a conversation here at Syke. As I always say, love yourself like you try to love the world. Do something to earn your place in the world this week and just be some dope individuals. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Bye.
Pulled up, made my appearance.